Israeli forces have killed at least 5 Palestinians, including 2 children in southern Gaza, in the latest violation of the ceasefire. The military carried out drone strikes on tents housing displaced people in al-Mawasi. Israel says it's in response to an earlier attack near Rafah in which 4 soldiers were injured. Israeli forces have violated the ceasefire agreement nearly 600 times since it took effect nearly 8 weeks ago. Let's go live now to Hani Mahmoud in Gaza City. So what exactly happened in Rafah that ended up with children and people in tents being killed?
Well, Sammy, this reality just underscores a painful truth. The genocide never really ended. We've seen this pace of killing every few days taking place, and it was just the past 50-plus days since the ceasefire took hold. Only one form of violence ended, which is the mass bombardment that never stopped around the clock over the past 2 years. We're seeing now a shift from these genocidal acts on the ground, just going from this fast, largest scale of bombardment into relentless, steady, slow killing that is happening every other day. We've seen this over the past 50 days, 50-plus days, many times so far, particularly as of last night, as many as 5 members of a single family. That's a middle-aged mother, father, their eldest son, and their 2 young children were killed in a series of attacks that were concentrated on Hani and where exactly? Al-Mawasi evacuation zone, an area supposed to be safe for many of the displaced families who are unable to go back to their homes or simply because they lost their homes and all of their belongings end up in Al-Mawasi evacuation zone. And as better described as it's a killing despite the ceasefire. It really never ended, and that's the what really makes people frustrated right now. We're drawing near to the end of phase 1 and supposed to trigger beginning for phase 2, but we're seeing this pace of killing that is happening every other day, and the Israeli military always has a reason to launch these attacks, but without offering substantial evidence of what really happened. It all happened in a very fast mode.
And Hani, you mentioned the phases there. There's been a handover of the body of one of the Israeli captives. I think that brings things down, the number now down to 1 body left to be handed over. Are people worried about whether Israel will really move into phase 2 or this ceasefire is going to degenerate further?
Absolutely. There's a great deal of worries and concerns across this strip where just one body of captives left here. We're drawing very close to stage 2 of the ceasefire, but it does raise concerns and does raise cautious expectations. So on paper, the completion of phase 1 is supposed to trigger negotiations on stage 2, which on paper only includes expanded humanitarian aid, the greater movement for civilians, and long-term arrangement for a stabilized daily life for Palestinians after enduring 2 years of relentless bombardment and destruction and devastation, virtually destroying everything of their life. So for many people here, the constant violence that continued to happen, the fact that the yellow line is being expanded over and over the past 50 days to include more neighborhoods and more areas, make people think that the Israeli military is not serious about moving into phase 2 of the ceasefire, and it's a matter of time until all bodies are recovered, and then we're going back to the same square zero where form of violence are going to be expanded. So many questions remain here. Are trucks going to be allowed more? Are we going to see more aid coming into Gaza? Is there going to be more movement? Yesterday there was a statement about the reopening of Rafah crossing that was largely vague, did not state exactly which direction. Is it one way or 2 ways? Are Palestinians granted the right to return to the Gaza Strip after they left? It was left ambiguous, and for people, they're connecting the dots right now. Phase 1 is near be completed, but we're not sure about the practical steps that will ensure phase 2 of the ceasefire based on the Trump's plan that will be implemented exactly.
That's Hani Mahmoud for us from Gaza City. Thank you so much.
Don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.